banjo twang with the bass turned up. Got the whole crew in my ear. What? Got a chief in my ear. Yeah, calling every play. From the dirt to the sim, we ain't never gonna play. Whole crew talking, got me riding that edge. Yeah. If you want that win, better listen to the chief. Chris on the front, yeah, he changing that tire. Fuelie on the jack, got the whole car high. Richie in the rear saying tighten that up. Jack on the fuel like fill that cup. Barrel the intern and bless his heart. Drop the lug nut right at the start. Ripping my ear, yelling inside clear. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Why you yelling in here? Got a chief in my ear. Yeah, he calling every play. From the dirt to the sim, we ain't never gonna play. Whole crew talking, got me riding that edge. If you want that win, if you want that win, better listen to the chief. Now the grimmin' in the back with the master plan. Calling pit stops like a gambling man. Box this lap, yeah, I don't ask why. Next thing I know, we flying by. Crew going wild, it's a full-on show. Fuel spilling out, jack stuck low. They were trip, man, not again. Still came out leading, somebody explain. Yo, Chris, tighten that wheel. Daryl, just stand over there. Pit now, trust me. Got a chief. Got a chief. Got a chief. Got a chief in my ear. Yeah, he calling every play. From the dirt to the sim, we ain't never gonna play. Whole crew talking, got me riding that edge. If you want that win, if you want that win, better listen to the chief. Yeah, whole crew loud, but the brain stay chasing. That's AI Chief Racing. AI Chief Racing.
Welcome to another Saturday night racing action with JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN. Thanks once again for joining in here with us at 10 o'clock Eastern on a Saturday night. We've got a good field of cars here with us. Looks like about 17 or 18 drivers checking in. We got about a minute and a half left to go on our warm-up, and we'll start getting gridded up right now. This is week number 12 of Saturday Night Fever. Malik Ray picked up the win last week. That was his third win on the season. And looking through our driver lineup tonight, I can see Jackson Buys one way back on week number 1, back with us here tonight. First time we've seen him in a while here on a Saturday Night Fever event. We got some newcomers out here in the field as well tonight, so see how this is going to shake out. The Craftsman trucks here at Talladega always put on a show. Special custom setup. It's a fixed setup. Everybody's on the same, but it is custom setup put together by the one and only Jimmy Crow. 110% horsepower on the trucks, so look for some action. Hello from the Montana mountains of New Hampshire. Thanks for joining us there, Chris. Kinzer, thanks for joining us, jumping on there as well. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Looks like the 7 truck out here. Miles Bagley. We haven't seen Bagley around in a while either, so good to see Miles here with us tonight as well. Number 7, HendricksCars.com. Is that a Chevrolet? What is that? It is a Chevrolet. I should know these by now. Josh McCullough here out here on the racetrack in the 14 tonight. Normally runs the 05. They're just trying to keep us on our toes. Different numbers every night. I think the warm-up's just a chance to come out and get some aggression out, bounce off the walls a little bit here and there, as we can see. Appreciate it, Chris. Thanks a lot for that, man. Really appreciate that. You know, I think you're you may be our first super chat. So thanks for that. All right, drivers getting up to the grid. We're gonna go ahead and get our rolling lineup. 45 seconds. Everybody get on the grid right now. Tim White gonna sit on the pole here for tonight. Gordon Spain to his outside. Let's just get a start here on our lineup. 239 is Swamp Rat. Number 239 of Tim White on the pole for 40 laps of action at Talladega to his outside. The 38 of Gordon Spawn. We get back to row number 2. On the inside, it's the 39 of Daniel Falcon and PGR eSports. Malik Ray in the number 1 to his outside. Malik picked up the win last week at Daytona. Back to row number 3, starting in the 5th spot. The number 7 and Nathan Harper, the Chick-fil-A number 7. Right outside of him, it's a Blenders number 4077 of Alex Hill. Back to row number 4, you see the 33 of Jackson Buys, week 1 winner, as we said earlier, and the 14 MMS Josh McCullough. Back to row number 5, starting in the 9th spot, the number 7 of Kyler Wynn, and another number 7. Those were just full of 7s. If this was a slot machine, we'd be rolling in the dough. We got 777s already out there, so Bagley in the 7 as well. The 95 of our leader, James Warren, right there, going to start in 11th, and to his outside, newcomer. Well, actually, not newcomer. I heard he was one of the OGs, but we have not seen him race in a long time. Jason Kinzer going to start in the 12th spot. Back to row number 7. And why is that showing? Let's see. Did I hit the wrong button? That's why it showed that. Let's get back to where we were. Alright, row number 7. On the inside, the number 8 of Chase Mastretta. Starting in 14th, outside of row number 7, it is the 00, Michael Barksdale. Back to row number 8. Number 20, starting 15th, Dustin Cohen and Kenneth McCullough Jr. going to start to his outside in 16th. We get back to the 19th row. The number 7 of Danny Barnes going to tag the field. So it looks like James Warren is not going to start this race. We're going to have 16 drivers take the green flag for 40 laps of action here at Talladega. Tim White, Gordon Spain, that is your front row. Thanks again there, Chris. I'll have to get you on here every night, buddy. Watch for Malik Ray, Daniel Falcon, and right there behind it, 2 of our Coke Series drivers with us here tonight. They're always running strong right up at the front of the field. The Swamp Rat number 239 is going to bring us to the line. Green flag will fly as you come across the line this time. Pace car is going to make that hard left turn down pit road through the travel section. Let's see if White can hang on to the lead right here. He's going to have a lot of heavy hitters right on his back bumper. Take a look at Barney. Barney's got the green flag in the air. Green flag here at Talladega. Head down into turn number 1. Spawn up on the outside, as we normally see with these trucks at any of the super speedways. The outside line usually gets formed up early, formed up first, and usually runs to the front. Malik Ray going to go to the outside. Spawn drops down to the bottom of the front. We're already got to truck around. It looks like Kyler Wynn. Kyler Wynn in the 7. It's going to get turned around. I did not see what caused that, but Barksdale's involved in that. I see Mastretta going around as well. So Kyler Wynn going to get involved in early caution. Mastretta looks pretty tore up there. I don't think we have any fast repairs either. But you can see the left front and the left side of that number 8 car pretty tore up. Right there behind him, that's Danny Barnes. He's sort of way in the back of this field, already involved in this one as well. So let's see if we take a quick look at this and see what happened on his first caution flag. So let's get up and find. Well, let's find Kyler right here in the middle. See Jackson Byes right there in the middle of the racetrack. And the 14 car, McCullough's coming down the racetrack at the same time. Wind's going up. They just met in the middle of the racetrack, and unfortunately that's going to collect a couple other good cars. We saw Barnes involved in it. Mastretta also involved. Take a look at that one more time here. Just bad timing right there. It looks like Wynn saw an opening to get up in the middle of the racetrack, and at the same time, McCullough was thinking the same thing, and they just met right in that middle line. Well, I really appreciate you helping me out, Chris. I'm surprised you're not in this race tonight, buddy. You usually running these with James, but I really do appreciate you helping out. All right, we got caution here for the first time on lap number 1. We did not get a green flag lap completed. I would not expect anybody diving down pit road at this point, except for the drivers that may need some repairs. Somebody towards the back kind of faked like they were going to come in, but I'm sure we're going to see Barnes and Mastretta, Kyler Wynn all come down pit road. It's like just about everybody came down pit road, so maybe topping off with a little bit of fuel here. I'm not sure what the fuel mileage is going to be for this event, but looks like everybody's going to take advantage, come down pit road, get a little fuel topped off, see if they can stretch it as long as they possibly can. Take a look here at the 39 of Falkenham making his way off pit road. Is actually going to be Gordon Spawn winning the battle down pit road. Right there behind is Malik Gray, Daniel Falkenham. Jackson Byes is going to be the 5th truck out of the pits right there, and Dustin Cohen and Jason Kinsler right there with him. Tim White, the only driver, stayed out on the racetrack. And that good-looking Swamp Rat number 239. Yep, we can get both sides of it there. All right, we're going to go back to racing here in a couple of laps where we are coming off of turn number 2. So on lap 3, we're going to go back to green flag at the start of lap number 5. We'll have about 36 laps left to go when we get back to green flag. Let's take this opportunity. We got a quick break here. Upcoming races here on DRSN. Next Tuesday night, the Dirty Old Bastards at Nashville Super Speedway with the ARCA Series. Wednesday night, Smoking Thunder ARCA Series as well. We're covering lots of ARCA Series all of a sudden at Kansas Speedway, and then Thursday night it's the Victory Lane Outlaws Cars Late Models at Lanier. That should be a fun one right there. Join my buddy Liam Irby, bring you the coverage on Thursday night at 10 o'clock Eastern. And the next Friday night, it's the Half Decent Racing League at Chicagoland with the Xfinity cars. There is no race next Saturday night for the JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever, but Sunday is the America 250 with JWR. So get on there, get into that race. You don't want to miss that one. That's going to be an exciting one. Wish we were going to be here to cover it, but we're going to have to miss out. So it looks like we're going to go green flag this time by. Tim's going to get another opportunity to show his prowess here on the restarts. We're going to have 37 laps of racing action coming your way. Once we cross the line, take the green flag one more time through the tri-oval here at Talladega. Green flag once again. Tim White down on the bottom. He's got Malik Gray right there with him. Gordon Spawn up on the outside. Jackson Byes right there, the 3rd car on the inside row. Little separation from about 5th on back right there. That's going to let that inside line get away here. They're going to move up the racetrack a little bit. Tim White moving up, trying to block that line from Malik Gray. Malik Gray looked to the outside. Tim kept drifting up there. Fortunate neither one of them got together, but it looks like Malik Gray's going to get along the outside. We're 3 wide, 4 wide down the back straightaway. Danny Barnes way up on the outside of the racetrack. Malik in the middle. He slides up in front of the 7. That leaves the 39. Who's out in the middle? Spawn there in the 38. Stuck in the middle of the racetrack, but he's getting some help from the 7. I'm not sure what 7. I think that's Harper right there coming up behind him. We got 3 or 4 number 7s in this race. As we come off of turn number 4 to complete our first green flag lap of this race. Tim White still the lead. He's got the 39 to Daniel Falkenham tucked right up underneath his back bumper. And we are 3 wide, 4 wide once again. Byes is going to sneak in the middle of the racetrack. Doesn't have a lot of help, but he's going to squeeze up in front of the 77. Tuck in right behind Bagley. And we're still 3 wide from about 5th on back. Or out front, it's White and Falkenham with a big move up to the top of the racetrack. He saw that line coming, and around goes. Big move from Falkenham, and we got a car upside down. Looks like Gordon Spawn in the 38. Danny Barnes in the 7 involved once again. It also looked like the 20 at Cohen. So we saw Falkenham make a big move from the top, from the bottom of the racetrack up to the top. And I'm not sure if that was the accordion effect. What bottled up the back of the field. We'll take a quick look. But right now, Danny Barnes involved in his second caution flag here tonight. Gordon Spawn looks like he's going to get the truck rolling again after rolling down the back straightaway. Let's take a quick look at that. Let's look up here towards the front. So watch the 39 at Falkenham. Down on the bottom, he shoots way up to the top of the racetrack, up in front of Ray. And Ray has to check up right there. And then it's just a slinky or accordion effect or a domino effect, whatever you want to call it. Barnes is going to go around off the nose of Bagley, and that's going to catch Spawn down on the bottom. And watch the 38 truck get up in the air off the nose of the 20. It's a good thing these are sim cars, and I hope he doesn't have a motion rig. Would a motion rig have one like a full motion rig for flippy upside down? I don't think I'd like that very much. I've been upside down a few times. It's not something I'd want to do again. All right, we're going to get second caution flag already here on lap number 5, or lap number 6 at this point. Tim White out in front. Daniel Falkenham right there behind him. So short caution flag, so we're going to take just a really quick break right now here on lap number 6 of this race. Is Tim White, Daniel Falkenham, Malik Ray, Miles Bagley, and Jackson Byes. That is your current top 5. We'll be right back.
Now, driver, while the field gets sorted out and someone out there is still trying to find reverse, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of a race and thought, man, I really wish someone in my headset would tell me what the hell is going on? Maybe you're running out of fuel. Maybe the leader is about to lap you. Maybe you just wrecked half the field and you're pretending it wasn't your fault. Well, driver, that's where I come in. AI Chief, your personal crew chief, race strategist, motivator, and occasionally the only voice of reason between you and the outside wall. With AI Chief, you get live race strategy, fuel and pit calls, real-time race updates, savage coaching when you start doing something dumb, and trust me, based on what I've seen out there tonight, some of you really need the help. AI Chief doesn't just tell you when to pit, he tells you when to save fuel, when to push, and when to maybe, just maybe, stop trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. So if you're tired of racing blind, and you'd like a crew chief that actually knows what he's doing, head over to AIChiefRacing.com and let Chief get you sorted out. Because the only thing worse than wrecking is wrecking without knowing why. AI Chief, I've got your back. Now let's get back to the action.
All right, quick word from AI Chief. And actually, AI Chief is in the booth with us here. He's going to sneak in and out throughout the evening. But if you haven't checked out AI Chief, you're looking for just a piece of software that's really going to help you out with all your coaching strategy, pit stops. It's got a pretty good spotter package, too. I really like it. It'll rip talking in your ear. But they're also working on some broadcast and streaming overlays. Testing those right now. Really looking forward to see what those are going to look like. So check out AI Chief. Use the code AIChiefRacing.com/DRSN. But we're going to get back to racing here at Talladega with the Craftsman truck. Malik Ray was the only driver who stayed out on the racetrack during that last caution flag. Falkenham is going to come out in second down to his inside. Bagley, Byes, and Tim White, your early race leader, falls back to 5th. All right, we had 16 cars started. We still have 16 cars on the racetrack. All still on the lead lap, of course. Once again, pace car getting some work in. Going to pull down pit road. We're going to come off of turn number 4 through the trial with green flag in the air. Barney's got it in hand. Watch the trucks roll through the trial section. Malik Ray, Jackson Byes, Falkenham down on the bottom of the racetrack. A good start from that outside line. Ray Byes, and it looks like the 77 of Alex Hill. Right there behind him, it's the 14 and McCullough. Here comes down on the bottom. It's Falkingham along with Bagley, and it looks like Tim White on the bottom of the racetrack. Let's see if they can get organized. Only 4 trucks on the top. Everybody else down on the bottom right now. And we got a few trucks in the middle. So everybody searching for their own lines right now early in the race. You're trying to find who you can work with, who's going to be your friend, who isn't your friend, who's your enemy, who don't you want to work with. But look at the bottom of the racetrack down there. Falkingham getting a good run down on the bottom, but right now up on top it is still Ray, Buys, Hill, and McCullough. Josh, the last couple races we've covered with Josh McCullough has not had the best of luck. Let's see if he can stay up in front of this one right now. He's running 4th. Started back in 8th. Since I got to pull up my own graphics just to see stuff. Up front though, it's Malik Ray, not Malik McCullough. Malik Ray in the one leading this race, but here comes that bottom line. They're getting organized. Here comes Falkingham. He's got the 7 of Win right there behind him. Bagley right there. We're going to get turned around again. White's going to get involved in this one. There goes Josh McCullough. I hope that wasn't us jinxing him right there, but unfortunately McCullough going to go off in those barns once again. Barnes is, we've had 3 cautions, and Joshua Barnes has been in just about everyone. What do you think about that one, Chief?
Perfect timing for a caution. Gives everybody watching at home enough time to refill their drink before these idiots find another creative way to ignore basic physics.
All right, old Chief always going to chime in there, but we got Malik Ray out in front of this one. Let's go back and take a quick look and see what started. I hope that was not us jinxing Josh right there. So let's find him on our. Here we go. So we're up there with 14 up on the outside of the racetrack. That's the 7 of Harper there in the middle. And let's see what happens here. And they just meet in the middle of the racetrack once again. Let's just back this up here a little bit. That's not a great view to look at. We'll find something different. Harper comes up the racetrack a little bit, gets in contact with the 14. It's just enough to turn him around. Tim White, our pole sitter, is going to get involved in this one. McCullough didn't look like he took a lot of damage on that on the 14. But Danny Barnes once again, Danny's pit crew's got to be getting a little tired of trying to repair that 7. Third caution on lap number 10 here for the JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever. I've already had a few drivers already pit twice. I'm assuming, I don't know, I gotta get some of these numbers before we start most of the time, but I'm assuming we could go at least 20 to 25 laps on a tank of fuel. If you're up in the chat, Chris, you can probably tell me, or James. All right, looks like we're gonna come down pit road again, so these drivers just taking every opportunity to come down and take some fuel on as we see the 77 of Hill giving Buys a little shove going down pit road. So the top 4 are all coming down together. And everybody on the racetrack decides they want fuel. Take a look at the one. It looks like somebody taking some tires back there. Most everybody just fuel only. And it looks like Alex Hill is going to win the race off of pit road in the 77 to 39 of Falkingham. Going to come out second. And it looks like a penalty, a black flag for McCullough in the 14. May have got caught speeding. Looks like that black flag is going to be cleared. So it looks like McCullough's going to, I think he had to pit early before the pits were open. All right, Hill in the 77. Alex Hill, newcomer. I'm sure he's been around a lot. I'm just not recognizing the name, but I'm old and I forget things too sometimes. But Alex Hill right now out in front. Jackson Buys, our week 1 winner, back there in second. Let's take a look at our biggest movers of the race here. Chase Mastretta up 6. Chase is now up to 9th. Excuse me, up to 7th. Oh, they're just switching around on me in the caution flag. Bagley's up 6. Cohen's up 6. Kinzer up 5. Hill and Barstow also moved up multiple spots. Take a look at our wrench wrangler show so far. Not as much damage repair as I would have anticipated. Kyler Wynn spent 14 seconds getting some repairs. We'll keep an eye on that later on. right, we're on lap. We got 10 laps down. We're on lap 11. 30 to go. Lights are out on the pace car. We'll go green flag one more time. See if we can get a long green flag run in here. See who has friends, who doesn't have friends, who's going to work together. But right now, green flag in the hands of Barney one more time. Hey, look, he's got it right there. Even got a camera to prove it. All right, green flag in the air again here on lap number 12. Alex Hill down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's got some help from Jackson by Falcon and Malik Ray up on the outside. Gordon Spawn was upside down just a few laps ago. He's got himself back up into the top 5 right now. 16 trucks on the racetrack, all 16 together right now. Alex Hill getting a good run off of 2, but here comes Baez down on the bottom of the racetrack. Jackson Baez with a run from help from Spawn. Malik Ray in the middle. We head down into 3 and 4. Malik Ray's going to get shuffled out in the middle of the racetrack. He's trying to get a little side draft, but it's not helping. He's just falling back to the back of the line. He's going to have to settle it back here in about 13th behind Josh McCullough. But back up front, it is still Hill, Falkingham, Baez right here together. Bagley in the 7 up there on the outside of the racetrack. 2 by 2 across the line, and it's going to be the 77 and Alex Hill leading this lap. According to my scoring, Nightmare eSports driver Alex Hill is going to lead a lap here at Talladega in the Craftsman trucks on the JWR eRacing. That bottom line just can't get the momentum off the corner, as we've seen so many times here. That top line with this extra horsepower and these custom setups is just where you want to be, and it's just too much of an advantage up there, keeping up the momentum down on the bottom. You're pinching the car down a little bit, even though you're not getting out of the throttle. You're still turning the wheel a little bit harder, and that scrubs off some speed. And you can see how that bottom line starts to gain some momentum, get in the corner. But by the time we get off the corner right here, you're going to see that outside line get a little bit better momentum. And McCullough has to take some evasive action. He's going down to the inside of the racetrack. Josh McCullough looks like he is going to head down pit road under green flag conditions. We'll get back up front for the race up here for the lead. Down on the bottom, it looks like Jackson Baez. Got the 38 at Gordon Spawn right there behind him. They're trying to make their way to the front. Chase Mastretta back in the action after getting involved in an earlier caution in the 8. He's back here in 8th. He finished top 3 last week on the podium. Right now running in the 8th spot, but here comes that bottom line. Alex Hill gets a little sideways off the nose of Falkenham. Does a good job of saving it. Little off-center push. Got Hill a little bit squirrely down the back chute there, but he is going to gather it back up, hang on to the lead. Look at Jason Kinzer. Jason Kinzer in the 11. Up here in the 4th spot. We have not seen Jason run in quite some time, but he is running good here so far tonight at Talladega. Cross the line to start lap number 15. 14 down, 26 to go, and we're getting a little bit more single filed up here on the outside of the racetrack. This is what we expected. You're going to see some drivers that just want to get to the front, aren't going to have the patience, are going to try to. They see an opportunity, they're going to take it, as you see some guys back here in the back trying to make their way back up to the front. I think that's Jackson Baez down on the bottom. He's got the 7 of Kyler Wynn right there. Malik Ray, Chase Mastretta. Gordon Spawn with a big move from the bottom to the top of the racetrack. He finds a hole up in front of the 00 Barksdale. Two by two once again. A great run for that inside line this time. The outside kind of stalled out, heading to 3 and 4, and here comes the bottom of the racetrack. Jackson Baez with help from the 7 of Kyler Wynn. We saw them working together early on in the year at some of the big money races. Right now they're back here nose to tail trying to help each other out here on a Saturday night. 40 laps of racing action at Talladega. Looks like, let me see, Josh McCullough, the only driver not in this lead pack right now. Big move from Harper. Goes up to the top of the racetrack, tries to pick up the draft from the back of the 20 of Cohen. And Cohen drops down to the bottom in front of Baez. Dancing around everywhere. That looks like the other 7 of Harper. Which one's Harper? Harper's in the middle of the racetrack. That's Wynn on the outside. Sorry, I've been calling them the wrong number 7s. So Harper now sticking a nose in the middle, making it 3 wide right there. Baez has to go up the racetrack. Take some evasive action as the 7. Got 3 7s right here. As we said earlier, it's triple 7s. If you're on a slot machine, you're winning some money right here. You got Harper, Kyler winning. I don't even remember who the other 7 is now. Harper and Kyler, so we got to figure out the other one. 2x2 down the back straightaway one more time. Still Alex Hill out in front. That's Miles Bagley in this 7 down on the bottom. We've got Cohen right there behind him. Gordon Spawn as well. And here comes Malik Ray. They're going to leave Spawn down on the bottom of the racetrack. Ray coming through with Mastretta. Fives with a big move down to the middle of the racetrack. Kyler Wynn goes with him. And around goes Mastretta. Chase Mastretta is going to go around in the 8. Looks like Danny Barnes once again. Danny has not seen an accident today. I'm not going to say it as he wants to be a part of it, but he has been involved in every single caution at this point. Just bad luck for Danny Barnes and Falkenham. Daniel Falkenham also going to be involved in this one. He's going to find his way down pit road. So the first car I saw going around was Mastretta, so we're going to take a look here at the 8 car. He is right. Actually, Falkenham, that was Falkenham way up on the racetrack, stopped. Let's go back and take a look at that. Let's see if we can see that from Falkenham's view. So I think he might have got kind of an off-center push here. Let's find a good angle. All right, let's see. So he's got 5s on his back bumper. Falkenham just gets up to the top of the racetrack. And I'm not sure something happened to the 39 or what right there, but 5s was pushing him down off of turn number 4. And Falkenham just checked up, went to the outside to try to get out of the way. But I think that still caused some people to check up right there. We'll take a look here, see what happened. Now we'll go back here and take a look at Mastretta. So you can see Falken up there. Barnes coming down. He's going to get into Kinzer. And as Kinzer starts to go around, he is going to come down and catch the right rear quarter of Mastretta. That's going to turn him up the racetrack. Kenneth McCullough is going to get involved in it as well. Not much, just a little tap. You can see Tim White down on the bottom taking evasive action, and Barnes is going to get some more contact and go around. So just about half the field involved in this one. The 03 of McCullough just going to squeak through there with not a whole lot of damage. All right, caution number 5, I believe that is today. And man, we're going to give poor Danny Barnes right here. I mean, he's paint. You usually put pink on the race car so people can see you out there easily, but unfortunately it's not working out for Danny, as he has been involved in every single incident here tonight in one way or another. Not saying they're of his doing, he just happens to be getting caught up and just in the wrong place at the wrong time. All right, let's go put Miles Bagley out in front. Let's take a look at our lap leaders here while we're under caution. Everybody coming down pit road. Alex Hills led 8, Tim White 4, Malik Ray 4, Gordon Spawns led 2, but Miles has now led 1 lap, as we have 18 down, 22 to go. So you see Miles started back in 10th, up 8 spots. All right, so we've got a few drivers now still making their way out of pit road. Bagley, Cohen, Hill. Lights are out on the pace car down the back straightaway. We're going to go green this time around. Coming up on the halfway mark, we got 18 down. We're on lap number 19. We will take the green flag at lap 20. So just want to thank you all again for taking your time to take in your evening, your Saturday night to join us here on DRSN, bringing your coverage of the JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any more action coming your way the rest of the week. We got some truck series, some late model races coming up this week, Xfinity races, so do not miss out. Take a look here at the 20 Cohen. Nice throwback car to Bagley. Nice tribute car. Number 7 HendricksCars.com truck. Kyle Busch. All right, pace car down, pit road. We're going to go green flag again. We're going to do a different camera angle this time, because I think maybe our camera angles are bringing bad luck. I don't know. All right, little shove in the backside there from Spawn is going to get Bagley going. Is going to come across the line on the outside of the racetrack. Alex Hill still right there. Alex Hill running good. He's been up in the top 5 spots most today. Look at Mastretta. Mastretta's starting to get a little anxious. He took a look to the bottom of the racetrack, got a little bit loose, able to hang on to it. He's going to close up on the back of the 0-0. Bartow, no, he's going to go up to the outside, going to lead Bartow on the bottom of the racetrack. He's got Buys right there with him. Still Bagley and Spawn now up in front. Keep an eye on the 8. Malik Ray going to drop down in front of Mastretta. So is Alex Hill. Alex Hill going to lead the inside pack. Gordon Spawn with a big move all the way from the top to the bottom. He's going to pick up that inside line. And they are just going to blow just drive right by Bagley. Going to leave him in the dust just until he gets a little bit of help coming back there from the back of the 7. And I think I saw Falkenham pulling down pit road right there. Josh McCullough right there behind Miles Bagley. Bagley down on the inside of the racetrack. Kyler Wynn right there in front of him in the 7. Who was out to the inside by themselves? That looks like Gordon Spawn trying to find some help on the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to get a little bit of help here from the 7 of Bagley, finally coming up to the back of him. And they're going to get a good run down the back straight. Dustin Cohen in the 20 right there is with him as well. Can they make up enough ground to get alongside of our leaders into 3 and 4? It doesn't look like it. We are at the halfway mark. 20 down, 20 to go. It's been an adventurous evening so far. A few caution flags. We're looking to have a good long green flag run right here, but we are 2-3 wide. Just any small mistake right here. And right there, Hill moves up the racetrack in front of Ray, just barely gets across the nose. And we look like we're coming for the end of the race, not for lap 21. We are racing for, there's no halfway money, guys. I hope you guys know that, but they are racing like there is, because Alex Hill right there on the top, Malik Ray right there. Then we look down at the bottom, it's Gordon Spawn in the 38. He's got Bagley right on his back bumper. Right there in the middle of the racetrack is Harper in the 7. Harper with Kenneth McCullough Jr. in the 03, trying to give him a little bit of help down the back straightaway. Off of turn number 3 one more time. The 77 of Hill that led the most laps so far. He gets a little bit sideways again. Coming off of turn number 4, Malik Ray giving him a shove. Mastretta right there as well. That's 1, 2, 3. Bottom line, still trying to get organized. It's Harper, McCullough, and Danny Barnes. Danny Barnes, I'm not sure how that truck's even still rolling out there on the racetrack. And caution once again. It looks like it may be Jason Kinzer turned around here off of turn number 2. Gonna slide the 11 down the banking. Heavy smoke coming out of the back of the 11, and it looks like Kinzer and White, looks like White involved in this as well. Looks like the right front completely gone. Now that shot doesn't look like it's gone, but you can see some heavy damage there on the right front of the 239. Let's see what happened here between Kinzer and White. All right, so you see Kinzer up on the outside of the racetrack behind McCullough. Looks like Bagley coming up to the back of him. Bagley looks sticking nose to the outside. Not a lot of room out there. Kinzer gets up, starts to move up the racetrack up in front of him right there, and going to catch that left front. And what happened to Tim's? Oh, Tim's going to go off the nose of Bagley. Let's just back that up a little bit. So as the caution was coming out for Kinzer, let's just go back here and see what happened. All right, so let's keep an eye on the 239 of White. He's on the bottom of the racetrack. Bagley comes down, gets into the 239. They're just kind of banging back and forth together. You see the right front's pretty tore up on the 239. He drifts up the racetrack. They get together, and they're going to come down and just going to give a little hook right there. Going to turn Tim around down the back straightaway. So 3 cars tore up in this one. Bagley, White, and Kinzer. As we take a look at the 239, he's still trying to make it back to pit road. 11 of Kinzer now getting his repairs and coming off. Come up and tag the rest of the field. So we got 17 left to go. I'm guessing since I don't see everybody diving down pit road, fuel mileage is not going to be a problem at this point. But as I say that, let's see what happens here as they come to the entrance of pit road right now. And Alex pulls what we call the old okey doke. Baited like he was going to come in pit, went back out on the racetrack, but we're going to see Spawn, Bagley, Cohen, and Falkingham all come down pit road. Still a little unsure what happened to Falkingham early on in this race. We're going to see if we can go back and find that later on. A few of our sponsors, Collateral Damage Sports Network. That's my buddy Shane Cochran, who puts together, if you use SDK for broadcast or anything, he's one that's put together the majority of all these fancy graphics and overlays we use here on the broadcast. Reach out to Shane. They'll get you all hooked up. Sunny Creek Designs, one of our local sponsors, doing some awards and stuff. All right, let's take a look here. Alex Hill still out in front of us. Alex has led the most laps. We'll look here again real quick at our lap leaders. Alex has led 13 laps so far. Tim with 4, Malik Ray's led 4, Bagley and Spawn all starting to throw their hat in the ring, led a couple of laps here. All right, as we've seen most every other restart here, we are on caution number 5. Lights are going to go out halfway down the back straightaway. Driver's going to start to double up. Corbin Matthews, country music singer. If you like some country music, check out Corbin. AdminBoxx. Use the code DRSN-BOXX for a discount on your order at AdminBoxx. All right. Let's see if we get a another long green flag run. Just little mistakes. Just what it takes you. I mean, that's. Most of these guys run these super speedways every single day, multiple times, multiple races a day with each other. And it just takes one little mistake, and you can see what happens here. It just doesn't take much. You just get into somebody, make a late block. I know I've been yelled at enough for it myself. That's why I'm in the booth, not on the racetrack. All right. Green flag's going to fly for the 7th time or the 6th time here. Alex Hill. Nathan Harper bringing us to the line is Malik Ray and Kenneth McCullough Jr. right there behind him. Green in the air one more time. Hill's going to get some help there from Ray across the line. Let's see if they can get that inside line going. You know they want to get to the top of the racetrack. Can they clear Harper on the outside? And we got another car around. It's going to be Tim White around. Going to go around off the nose of Barksdale. Kinzer also going to get involved in this one as well. I saw that off in the background. It looked like something with a 00. Barksdale came down the racetrack, got into the 239. Turned him up the speedway. Let's take a quick look at it. So watch Barksdale. He's here on the outside. He's got Spawn right there with him. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. Looks like he just... I mean, it looks like he blew up or something. The car just kind of quit. There's no smoke coming out of it. I really hate rewinding, but what else am I going to do at this point? So let's go back and take a look at this from... Barksdale here one more time. So right here, it just looks like, let's see if we can, let's see here, what do we got here? We're going to bring up, yeah, that's not really going to be any good, is it? All right, we'll just take a quick look at it here. So Barksdale, just, he gets up into the 238. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Michael right there. The truck kind of slowed up and they started wiggling around, got up into the 38 of Spawn. They came down and got into to Tim in the 239. So unfortunate there. Another incident here. We couldn't get another green flag lap in, but we're on caution number 6. And we've got 14 laps left to go right now in this race. All right, we're going to take this opportunity to step away one more minute here, just a quick break, get myself a drink. I know we're going to go back to green flag here in about a lap, so we'll be right back.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our Race Results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and a ton more to keep up with all your favorite drivers from start to finish, from country to country, and pull your standings directly from SimRacer Hub. Join all of our elite broadcasting partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com.
All right, we're back live right here. We got our spotter in the YouTube chat, Chris Carter, saying he thought that maybe Barksdale blew up, but now he's saying, no, it looked like he just kind of got out of the throttle. It did look pretty odd situation there from the 00 there in the middle of the racetrack. But unfortunate there. This looks like Tim's still going to be down pit road in the 239. And somehow, for the last couple of cautions, Danny Barnes wasn't around in these. So good job from Danny. He had been collecting some caution stickers to put on the side of the truck, but the last couple he just was fortunate enough not to be around. All right, we got 13 laps left to go right now. We're going to come across the line, take the green flag with 12 to go. We do have a couple green white checker attempts if we need them. All right, let's watch Alex Hill in the 77. Can he hang on? He's led the most laps of this race. He's been up front pretty much since the drop of the green after starting back in 6th. Lights are out. Lights are on. Looks like we're gonna go around one more time here. This has been the longest caution we've had so far tonight. We started with 16. It looks like we got 15 left on the racetrack. The 239 at Tim White still sitting down on pit road. He's going to go a lap down if he can't get going here. Barnes going to make his way down pit road because he's going to top off with fuel. Maybe get a few more repairs, and a black flag there for Barnes. Looks like he might have been speeding coming down pit road. Alright, looks like we're going to go around one more time. It looks like we got Barnes and White still down on pit road. Your top 5 right now: Alex Hill, Malik Ray, Nathan Harper, Chase Mastretta, Jackson Buys. Yeah, I guess he's got to take the place of James since he's not here tonight. Or he's not in the race anyway. He is here. Alright, reminder coming up the rest of the week here on DRSN Dirty Old Bastards ARCA Series at Nashville Super Speedway Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern, Smoking Thunder ARCA Rookie Series at Kansas. Thursday night, Victory Lane Outlaws Late Model Series at Lanier. And then we wrap it up next week with Friday night action in the Half Decent Racing League Xfinity Series at Chicagoland. Do not miss any action coming your way the rest of the week, and we got a bunch more action coming your way in the next few weeks. As a matter of fact, last week of July, we are going to be giving 4 nights of racing. We need to get some promo banners and stuff for this, but 4 nights of racing action with the Kings Royal. Dirty Old Bastards putting on the Kings Royal Eldora. We're expecting about 60 to 80 sprint cars here. Signing up for that 4 nights of racing action. That's going to be a fun week. I'm really looking forward to it. Some of the best dirt drivers in all of iRacing will be joining us for that one. Do not miss that. Hit the subscribe button so you can see when that one's coming. That is going to be, what is it, 9 o'clock Eastern every night towards the last week of July. We'll get some dates and some more information posted up on the YouTube. But right now, we're going to try to finish up. 11 laps will be left to go when we come across the line. We're going to see if we can get it wrapped up here at Talladega for the JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever. It's Alex Hill, Malik Ray, Nathan Harper, Chase Mastretta, Jackson Buys, your top 5. It's still anybody's race. We got 16 cars on the racetrack, 15 on the lead lap. Green flag in the air once again as they come into the United Reynolds restart zone. Hill down on the bottom. He's getting a little bit of separation back to Harper. Harper blinks out right there. That's going to let that outside line get some momentum. Here comes Malik Ray and Chase Mastretta on the outside. Buys right there with him. Harper down there by himself. Really doesn't. Buys moves up the racetrack to block off the run from McCullough. Chase, they both chase the truck way up to the top of the racetrack. Here comes Kyler Wynn in the 7 down to the bottom. He is going to challenge Harper on the inside of the racetrack. We are slicing and dicing down the back straightaway. We're at 3 wide. We look on back here. We're going to get settled in a little bit. You can see Harper now still down on the bottom all by himself. Here comes the 11 of Kinzer, going to try to give him a little bit of help. Going to give him a run. Here comes the other 7 of Bagley and Kyler Wynn right there with him as well. So we got three out of the 4 cars on the bottom of number 7. But up front, it's the 77 of Alex Hill. Going to come across the line. There'll be 10 to go this time by. Chase Mastretta on the outside. Ray goes down to the bottom and try to block off the run from the inside. It's a little bit late. Catches the nose of Wynn, of Harper. I mean, able to chase the truck up the racetrack. Somehow we're still staying green flag. He's up there in front, moves up in front of Hill. That kind of blocks that line, that run from the outside. That's going to let Harper and Bagley get a run on the bottom. But here they come back on the outside to get a little more organized. Kyler Wynn takes a look to the inside. He's going to go to the inside, and Harper's going to jump up the block off the middle lane right there. That's going to leave Bagley down by himself. Lego and Chick-fil-A going out here in the middle of the racetrack, coming off of turn number 4 at the line. It's Malik Ray up on the outside. Harper down there on the bottom now. He's got Kyler Wynn right behind him. Alex Hill trying to give Ray a shove. They come across the line. 9 laps left to go. All 16 cars in this lead draft. Only Tim White is not on the lead lap, but he is in the tail of this lead draft. If he can get a caution, get a lucky dog, he'll be back in this one. Daniel Falcon back in this after breaking earlier. He's back up to the 8th spot. 3 wide once again down the back straightaway. It's still anybody's race. Who is going to go with who? We've seen Mastretta and Malik Ray work well together, but they got Alex Hill in between them this time. Falkenham chases the truck up the racetrack with Buys on his back bumper. Buys going to try to get back up there again. Going to get a bit loose. Buys is going to go around. Looks like he got a little bit loose. He tried to move up behind Falkenham. Mistimed it a little bit. And the 33 of Buys is going to bring out our next caution.
Somebody's going to upload that replay to YouTube tonight. Not because it was a good race, but because scientists are going to need to study how that many bad decisions happened in under 3 seconds.
AI Chief joining us up here in the booth, throwing his commentary at it. But right now it's Jackson Buys. We're under caution again here. We've got about 7 laps left to go. The 33 finds himself way out here in the back of the field. Let's take a quick look at this here from the 33. We're going to have to rewind that a little bit. That started just a little bit before that. All right, so you can see Bias comes up to the back of Falkenham, starts to go to the outside. Falkenham wants to go with him. Then as Bias goes back down to the middle of the racetrack, he just makes a little contact there with the 39. And that's going to turn him up the racetrack in front, across the nose of the 14 of McCullough. And again, you can see just how little of a mistake it takes here at Talladega. And we're under caution again for the, is this the 7th or 8th time? I'll have to go back here and take a look once we get back to live time. The only way I can remember how to count is looking at my tower up in the top left corner. Caution number 7, this time out on the racetrack. Tim White should get his lap back if he only lost 1. It looks like he might have lost 2, so he'll get one of those laps back here. Should get the wave run. You can see him up on the outside of the racetrack going by everybody, getting his, being a lucky dog, getting one of his 2 laps back. All right, we should go back to racing with about 6 or 7 laps left to go. This time it's going to be Malik Ray, Nathan Harper, Kyler Wynn, Alex Hill, Kenneth McCullough Jr. is going to be your top 5 when we go back to green flag racing. Daniel Falkenham right there in the 39. Jason Kinzer in the 7th spot. With Jason up 5 spots. Chase Mastretta right there with him as well. Do not expect Chase to stay back here in 8th. He is going to try to work his way to the front before this is over with. If not, have a chance to win, at least get up there and try to help some of his friends. Gordon Spawn in 9th. Bagley a little ways back here in 11th. Right behind him is the 7 of Danny Barnes. And Dustin Cohen in the 20. So that is your top 12. And then a little further back, we find Josh McCullough in the 14 and Michael Barksdale. Michael's had a little bit of adventure. Started back here in 14th. He's been up and down throughout the fields. Back here in 14th right now. And here comes Jackson Buys getting back on. It looks like that right front still got a little damage. Let's see, looks like we got a black flag for Tim White. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe passing under the caution. We'll find out what happens there. See if he gets that waved off. All right, lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to go around one more time here, about another lap and a half. And it looks like Tim's going to get both of his laps back. So they're going to wave Tim around. He is going to get his 2 laps back. We'll have all 16 trucks that started this race on the lead lap. That may be a first, especially with this many cautions, to have every truck still out on the racetrack. So it's all about the 7s tonight. Nathan Harper, Kyler Wynn, Alex Hill, right there, 7777. Kenneth McCullough right there behind him in 5th. We're going to go 2 by 2. Are we going to go green? We're going to go short. Let's see, does the pace car move down pit road? Is it going to go around one more day? Actually, it's going to move down. So lights just turned off really late right there at the end. We're going to go back to green flag racing. We'll have 6 laps left to go when they come across the line. See if Malik Ray can get some separation. I know he wants to get back to the top of the racetrack, and he is going to get a good jump here. He has got Kyler Wynn right there behind him. Harper on the outside. Can they clear the 7 of Harper and move up to the top? Right now, Malik's going to stay down at the bottom. Into 1 and 2. Let's see if he moves up to the top. And there goes Alex Hill. Alex Hill going to go around. Falkingham also involved in this one. So Falkingham, it looks like we're getting separated up here in the front, but Alex Hill was the first car I saw going around. Caution number 8. Let's go back and take a quick look at that one. Watch, Alex Hill's got Falkingham right there behind him. He drifts up the racetrack. Falkingham goes to the bottom, and then Alex kind of drifts back down, and they just make some contact. So both of them just kind of wiggling around right there on the racetrack. Looked like Alex just tried to come back down to get back in front of the nose of the 39, but they're going to make some contact, and around they're going to go. Caution number 8 on the speedway. Back to live action here. So I got a meatball flag for the 77 of Alex Hill. He's going to have to make his way down pit road. Tim White also going to make his way down. Is Tim pushing the 77 down to pit road? I'm not quite sure what he's doing there. All right, 5 to go right now. We'll go back to green flag racing, probably with about 3. We're still trying to catch the pace car, it looks like, at this point. Where is the pace car? There it is. All right, so it's still getting gathered up here, so we're going to go around at least another time. More than likely, going to go back to green flag with about 3 to go. Let's take a look again at our lap leaders. Alex Hill led the most laps after getting involved in this last caution. Was able to lead 18 laps of this race. Malik Ray with 9. Tim got up and led 4. Bagley and Spawn have all led a couple. Our biggest gainers of the race: Kenneth McCullough Jr. up 12. Danny Barnes up 7. Chase Mastretta and it looked like Cohen both up 7 as well. Kinzer up 6. Well, there's our race recap. 8 cautions for 15 laps, so we've completed 36, 15, 6. Actually, we've completed 36. 16 of those have been under caution. So let's see if we can get ourselves a long green flag run here to finish off. Well, I guess there's only 3 laps. Not going to be too long. So our first green-white checker, but this is a natural one. And we'll have a couple other attempts if we need it. All we got to do is get around and get to the white flag. Be 3 laps left to go. We go by this time. Lights are still on. Ray Wynn, Harper, McCullough, Bagley. Looks like Alex Hill in the 77 may be out of this one. Maybe our only retiree of the race so far. All right, Malik's won 3 out of the 12 races we've ran here on Saturday Night Fever, looking to pick up win number 4. Win number 4 would double the win total of anybody else that's ran with us here on Saturday nights. All right, Kyler Wynn, Nathan Harper, Miles Bagley, Kenneth McCullough Jr. right there with him as well. That would be your top 5 at the moment. That's Gordon Spawn. Gordon started outside the front row, been up and down throughout the field. Let's see if my graph works here. I mean, let's see. That's McCullough. Let's look at Gordon Spawn. You can see it looks like a heart monitor. Started up on the front row all the way down to 16th at one point. Basically dead last. Crawled his way back up. He's now back up to 6th. All right, but your leaders, Malik Ray. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to try it here once again with 3 to go. Watch that inside line. And they keep up enough pace to stay with that outside. What you're going to see is that outside line usually seems to form a little better off of 2, but we're going to go green flag once again here at Talladega. Ray with a good jump. He has his choice of lines. He's going to move to the top. He is going to jump up in front of the 7 of Harper. That's Kyler Wynn on the outside. Harper down on the bottom of the racetrack. Keep confusing my 7s. McCullough with a good run. He's up there on the outside. Third truck on the outside lane. Down on the bottom, it looks to be Harper, Bagley, and it looks like the 38 of Spawn. And they're getting a good run down the back straight with that outside line. Just too much momentum. As they head down into turn number 3, we're going to come around this time, be 2 to go. Buys up on the outside, trying to make it 3 wide. He's got the 39 of Falkenham going with him. Off of turn number 4, across the line, there'll be 2 to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. There goes a 7 of Bagley from the bottom to the top of the racetrack. That is going to leave Harper down there by himself. He is going to lose some ground. As they come across the line, we're going to go around again. McCullough involved in this. Everybody's involved in this one. Everybody except for Ray and Wynn. We see the 7 of Harper up against the fence. Mastretta down on the bottom. Falkenham again tore up in this one. Is that somebody upside down? McCullough in the 14. Collected as well. All right. I was looking at something else, so I didn't see what happened, but it looks like we're going to have another green-white checker. We did not get to the white flag. Let's see if we can see what happens. That's the 7. That's a 7 of Harper coming from the bottom of the racetrack up to the top, up in front of Bagley. And that's a great camera angle behind the house there. And gets a shove from the other 7 of Bagley right there on the back of Harper. And it's just going to accordion. That's going to push McCullough up into the other 7 of Kyler Wynn. And then from there, just all hell breaks loose. Just some mid-pack shoving right there, and they just kind of accordioned all the way up to the front of the pack until finally somebody got loose, and that piled up the whole back half of the field. I think Ray Wynn, Kyler Wynn, Tim White, and maybe Kinzer were the only 4 not involved in that one. So let's just take a look at that one more time. Let's see if we can find a little bit different angle. Let's just jump in here with... who's that on the outside? Let's just jump on the back bumper here of Jackson Buys. Let's look up to the front. You can see a little wiggle right there. I mean, it pretty much looks like it starts off with that shove from McCullough and it just accordions all the way up through the field. And just collects the back half of the field, as we said again. So another big one here at Talladega tonight. So green-white checker to temp our first one of the evening, and it looks like a bunch of drivers going to come down pit road. Malik Ray was halfway down pit road and then turned up the racetrack. So Ray Wynn's going to stay with him. Tim White, our pole sitter, in 3rd. Danny Barnes up in the top 4 right now. Cohen's going to stay on the racetrack, but it looks like just about everybody else went down pit road. See Gordon Spawn, Jackson Buys, Harper, McCullough. All these drivers probably got a little bit of repairs to get done. Buys going to make his way out in the 33 after getting a splash of fuel. All right, we still have 15 cars left on the racetrack. 16 started at 15. We do have all on the lead lap. All right, so let's see. I'm getting the Chris Carter wants me to go in car with Danny Barnes for that one here, so let's take a look at that. On that caution flag. Unfortunately, my in-car camera's a little bit messed up, so let's just do the there we go. We'll go to the roof cam. How's that? All right, so roof cam of Danny Barnes here. Just getting some instructions from Chris Carter there to check it out. So nice move there from Danny. Got a little shove there on the right side, but he is going to take some evasive action through the grass. And actually, nice save there from the 7 of Danny Barnes. He's had lots of practice tonight trying to avoid things around him, so this time he's going to make it through cleanly, and he's going to find himself into the top 3. Let's see if Danny can stay up here in the front of this. Melissa, thanks for joining in the chat. See Cookie Man. I'm not sure who Cookie Man is. I think I'm supposed to know who that is, but thank you guys for joining us tonight, participating in the chat. We're going to go back to green flag race, and we'll go back and take another look at it again. I can tell he left the ground from just riding on the roof cam there. All right, green-white checkered attempt number 1. Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn, Danny Barnes, Dustin Cohen, that's your top 4. Thank you, Aubrey. That's right, I forgot about that. Thanks for joining in, buddy. All right. Green flag from the United Rentals restart. I don't know why it's hard to say United Rentals, but it's the restart zone. It is 2x2 across the line this time. 2 laps left to go. Malik Ray goes back to the top of the racetrack as he's done every restart. Starts down at the bottom, goes back to the top. That's where he wants to be, and we're going to go around again. Bagley looks like he's going to go. No, saved it, but Barksdale's going to get collected. He's going to go around. I thought Bagley was going to go around. He got sideways, but did a good job of saving it. We're going to stay green flag. It looks like it's a 1-car incident with Barksdale. Outside lane, can we make it around to the white flag this time by Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn, Dustin Cohen? That's your top 3. Right behind him is the 38 of Spawn. Spawn was upside down earlier in this race. He's now back in the top 5 challenger for the lead. Middle of the racetrack is Danny Barnes by himself. Tim White on the bottom also by themselves. They're going to have to get grouped up. They're going to have a chance to hang on to this lead draft. But right now on the outside is Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn right there with him. Dustin Cohen. Cohen slides a little bit up against the concrete. And we're white flagging here. Next flag will end this race. Malik Ray looking to pick up win number 4 of the Saturday Night Fever. The last 12 races, last 13 races. Kyler Wynn right there with him in this Lego number 7. Cohen looking to take a peek to the inside. He's looking for help. Is Spawn going to go with him? The last few races, whoever was leading at this point ended up winning the race. Harper going to stick his nose out on the bottom. He has got some help from Bagley, but they're way back. I don't think they have a chance to get up here to the front. Through 3 and 4. Let's take a look here. Is Kyler Wynn going to do anything? Malik Ray backs up to the nose of the 7. They were starting to get a run on him. He backed up to the nose. That's going to let Cohen get down to the bottom of the racetrack. Watch the 20 of Dustin Cohen coming off of turn number 4. Spawn was right there with him, but he's going to leave him hanging. That's going to give Malik Ray the opportunity to come to the line. He has got a shove from Kyler Wynn, and Malik Ray is going to bring home win number 4. Upside down is Joshua McCullough there at the finish. Kyler Wynn in 2nd, Dustin Cohen in 3rd. Boy, I really think if Gordon Spawn would have stayed down there with Dustin, they might have had a chance. But Malik Ray going to come home with win number 4 on the season. Let's go take a look at that last lap one more time. Let's watch us up front as they came around and took the white flag. It was single file up front. Kyler Wynn right there on the back bumper. And he looks like he's committed to Malik Ray at this point down the back straightaway. He's just looking for an opportunity. And watch as they head into turn number 3. There gets a little separation on the back straightaway, and it looks like Wynn might be backing off a little bit back to the back bumper of Cohen to try to get a little bit of a run. Malik Ray sees it. You can see him back off. He either backs off or he just loses ahead of steam because he's by himself, but he goes back to the front bumper of Wynn. And this time everybody's shuffling down to the bottom of the racetrack. You see Dustin Cohen taking a look to the bottom. Kinzer trying to get up there and helping push him on the bottom, but not enough of a help. Cohen's going to get right up alongside of Wynn, but it's not going to be enough. Wynn takes a late move to the outside, but Malik Ray once again going to come home with a victory here at the JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever. I don't know why that's so hard to say. There's your podium. Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn, Dustin Cohen with a good finish in the Home Depot, number 20. Let's take a look back here in the back of this on that finish as well. So it looks like they decided to pile it up one more time back here in the back. We saw Josh McCullough upside down at the finish. Falkenham down on the bottom, Mastretta right there in front of him. And McCullough took a look to the outside of Mastretta. Mastretta went to move the block. That got the 8 upside down, and then McCullough across the line is going to go upside down off the nose of Danny Barnes. All right, 40 laps actually turned out to be 43 laps. So let's go back here. Let's see if we can find anybody in our YouTube chat tonight. Or not YouTube chat, but in the Discord, see if anybody's in the waiting room. All right. Malik, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. Oh, this is getting to be old habit. It seems like every week we're talking to each other, but this one was a little spicier maybe than last week. Tell us how the evening went from your perspective.
I just tried to stay clean, man. Just tried to stay up front. Just tried to make sure, I kept my nose out of everybody else's business, and it paid off for me.
Yeah, it looked like you just found yourself in the right spot. I'm not going to say found yourself. You put yourself in the right spot every opportunity and just avoided the carnage that went out with the 8 or 9 caution flags in this one. But good job out there tonight. And it looked like, again, we've seen you work with Chase last week. Would you have anybody up there in the front you were working with, or was it just kind of, you kind of just fell on the nose there, Kyler, and was able to get to the front?
At the end of the race, it was mainly just Kyler because I think like everybody else had crashed or had been involved in a wreck. But I mean, anytime that I can get paired up with, me and Kyler or me and Chase or me and Sean or really anyone in general, I feel like I have a good connection with them. And I mean, it showed there at the end.
All right,
so I appreciate all my teammates and Kyler and stuff like that. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you.
So I may not be able to get you to give up a little bit of strategy or anything there, but going into turn number 3, coming for the checkered flag, it looked like to me maybe you backed up a little bit back to the nose of Kyler because they looked like maybe he started to back up to get a run. You saw that, maybe backed up to his nose so he couldn't to kind of block off the opportunity to have him get a run down on the bottom.
Yeah, I think it was just more so just us being teammates there at the end. There wasn't really much that you can do when people are lined up top, so I think me and him were just trying to play it safe at that point.
All right, brother. Well, good run again tonight. Congratulations, your 4th victory here on Saturday Night Fever. I know we're going to talk to you a lot more before the year's out, so good luck with everything else you got going on. And before we let you go, I know you already gave some thanks, but is there anybody else you want to give a thanks to before we you get out of here tonight?
My sponsors, which are Fort Worth Screen Printing, and PGR eSports, Intent Solutions, and Logitech, and JRM. And you for broadcasting, too. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brother. You have a good rest of the night. We'll talk to you again.
All right. Thank you, man. You too.
All right. That was Malik Ray bringing home the victory here once again for the 4th time, as we said. Let's see if we can get... that's not what I want to do. Let's see if we can get Kyler up here with us. Kyler, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, we haven't had an opportunity to talk to you in quite a while. Good to see you out here tonight on a Saturday night. You look like you had a good truck all night long. Kind of tell us how things went from the seat of the 7.
Yeah, pretty tame. That's a lie. It was I guess I wrecked about 3 times, but yeah, I was there at the end. I avoided the big one, or I was ahead of it rather. Literally everybody crashed except me in the lead there, so I got very fortunate there. And when you have 2 teammates lined up out front like that on the check, it's hard to beat them, no matter who it is. And when you're as good as me and Malik, it's going to be hard to get by us. So yeah, I wanted to go for the win there out of 4, but I have a philosophy of guaranteeing one of us winning the race, one of us being a teammate of mine. So I couldn't make the move without jeopardizing our chances of winning. So I had to stay in line there, and Malik pulled off a good block there at the end. Congrats to him.
Well, a few times earlier on in the season, some of the bigger races, we've seen you working with Jackson as well. It looked like he was up there with you for a while, but his misfortunes kind of fell back into the pack. But is there anything you could? So I tried to get Malik. I didn't try to. I asked Malik there on that last lap going into 3. It looks like he started to get away from me just a little bit, and I thought you might have had a run with the 20 of Cohen coming up on the back of you, but it looks like Malik was able to back up to your nose and kind of maybe block off that run that you guys may have had to the bottom.
Yeah, I told him to back up to me because we got separated. There's a pretty good air bubble in this car, so if you don't have somebody pushing you directly, it's hard to pull up in the car in front. So I just couldn't get connected with him. I told him to back up to me so we can get connected and steamroll. Yeah, because if you're not connected in this thing, you're really slow. So.
Yeah, I've noticed the few opportunities I've had to get into these trucks, it's just really hard to break that bubble sometimes. It's just really hard to get sucked up to that truck in front of you if they don't come back to you like that. So good team strategy right there, paid off. You guys go 1-2, take home the majority of the money tonight. And man, but congratulations on a good run. Good to see you out here again. Hopefully you have good luck the rest of the weekend. But before we let you go, anybody you want to give a thanks to?
Yeah, shout out to Malik there at the end. Great help as always. I've been working with him for about 4 years now, so we don't even really need to talk that much when we race together. We kind of know each other's minds and know what we're gonna do and all that. So he's always a great person to have around, especially for these kind of races. Thank you to you for broadcasting. I appreciate that. Do a good job with these, and James Waring for putting these on.
I appreciate the kind words, and congratulations once again. And I'm sure if we get back on here Saturday night, I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk to you again. So thanks a lot for jumping on, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
All right, that is going to be the finish here at Talladega for the JWR eRacing. Let's take a look here at the full results. If I can find the button on my screen, there it is. All right, as we said, Malik Ray coming home with the win. Kyler Wynn in second. Dustin Cohen is going to round out the top 3. Jason Kinzer with a good showing, comes home in 4th after starting in 12th. Nathan Harper finishes in 5th, right where he started. Gordon Spahn in 6th. Miles Bagley 7th. Daniel Falkingham in the 8th spot. Joshua McCullough 9th, and Danny Barnes rounds out our top 10. Then it's Tim White started on the pole. This ends in 11th. Chase Mastretta 12th. Jake Jackson buys 13th. Michael Barksdale 14th. Kenneth McCullough Jr. in the 15th spot, and the last car on the racetrack was Alex Hill in 16th. Most laps led was Alex Hill with 19. Hard charger of the race with Cohen up 12 spots up to the podium spot. Fastest lap of the race was by Daniel Falkingham. So we ended up having to use one green-white checker this time. But some great racing once again here for JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves out of here for the night, finish off our Saturday night. So thanks again for being here with us. We really appreciate you taking the time. So from all of us here at DRSN, I want to say thanks for choosing to spend your evening with us. I'm Chris Murphy saying keep it smooth, keep it smart, and if you can't do that, let's keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We're going to see you next time. Good night.